Alright, welcome to the Metroid Planets November Enigma race. This is Vacant Shade on comms, and also with me is India.
Hello.
So we have three runners this race, only two on stream, so I'll have to kind of check in with the third one to see where they are. It looks like so far both of the runners we can see are taking pretty much the same route.
So this is the first Enigma race we've done for the community, right?
Yes, that is correct. So Enigma's been out for a while, but it's still being developed.
Both of our runners going different directions and picking up items at the same time.
Yeah, some of the screen transitions are perfectly synced too.
So Vacant, why don't you tell us a little bit about Enigma for those who might not be familiar with Metroid Planets?
So Enigma is one of three planets, essentially kind of like a whole game that is packaged in the game. And it's unique in that it's generated from user-designed rooms. So it's randomly put together in such a way to give a unique layout each time. So all the rooms that you're seeing here are rooms that different players have designed, but the layout of the world itself is completely unique. Like both of our runners that we can see here are trying to fully explore this eastern side of Criteria. So far, both of our runners have gotten a couple of missile packs and long beam, it looks like, and perhaps an energy tank.
And with that item, I believe Jack and Lucina are pretty much tied on items.
See Jack taking a strategic respawn there to get back to the starting point as quickly as possible. It looks like Jack's gotten into Brinstar here. Has a close encounter with one of those giant knockers.
Some good rooms here, really, showing off the latest features of Enigma.
Yeah, there was a recent update to Enigma to kind of flesh out Brinstar's theme. A handful of new enemies, a whole bunch of tiles, and a new boss. So we'll be seeing that show up a little later, I would imagine.
Yes, MST. Stream does seem to be working quite nicely. MST, I don't know if you set it up or Vacant, but are the commands working? No, those are not the runners. Those are old.
Huh.
Thank
Yeah.
you, MST.
The
And Lucina finally finding the Morph Ball. A very useful item. And Jack finding one of the newer upgrades, the Spring Ball. Oh, and there's Spore Spawn.
Yeah, Lucina coming across the first boss in the run. Might have jumped into it a bit early though. They're a bit low on health. Yeah, I think Jack just got set up for Twitch a few moments before the stream, so I think that's probably why there's a few oddities with their stream.
Yeah.
Hopefully next time things will be a little smoother in the restream process.
Excellent. Thank you, MST, for getting that command working.
Yeah, thank you very much.
Now, of course, I have to test.
So which one are you? Enjoy the great remixes or nobody?
I kind of feel like I'm nobody, but
I wouldn't say that. You're at least multiple.
that's true. But compared to the person who made the game they're racing today, what size world did you generate for us today, Vacant?
This is just a small size world, 7 area, so you'll see all the areas that Enigma currently supports. Now, sometimes Enigma doesn't require you to get all the major upgrades in order to complete it. So, depending on what routes our runners decide to take, they might be able to skip some sections of the map, but it'll depend a lot on just what they happen to find.
And there's Lucina finding their own spring ball.
So it's like Jack's trying to take on Spore Spawn. It's a little hard to tell if they have an energy tank to go with that 10 energy. But if not, they could be in a tight spot here. Oh, they did. Okay.
Yes, fortunately they had an energy tank.
Alright, thanks MST for fixing that for us as well. Now, there is a boss in the Kraid area, which is off of Brinstar. So, if some of these racers decide that Force Spawn's is too much to handle with their current equipment, they will be coming back through here to get to Kraid. Oh, it looks like Jack managed to come off victorious, so that'll be one less thing he has to worry about later. So Jack's returned to Criteria, and with Morph Ball is able to explore a new route over here. See where that takes him.
And it looks like we're going to see Norfair. And Jack has decided no.
Yeah. There's a second elevator over here. Looks like Jack's opting to go for Wreck Ship rather than Norfair.
I'm gonna ask a dumb question. How long have atomics been in this game?
Since Enigma started, they were added with the first iteration of Enigma. So that's been, I don't know, over a year or so.
No idea how I did not know that.
So Lucina opting to go for Norfair. We'll see if that gives them anything useful. Like Lucina's trying to do some farming here to go under this lava section here. And looks like that paid off. Got Ice Beam.
Definitely a useful find.
Deciding to respawn and head back into another part of Norfair, it seems.
Jack has decided to take the dip into Norfair, probably hoping to find his own Ice Beam.
And Jack and Lucina in almost right on top of each other, heading into Ridley together.
Jack finding his high jump boots, and Lucina missing the very hidden puzzle.
Yeah. We'll see if they manage to find it on their way back, or if that's going to be a challenge for them.
Ah, Lucina going the other way around. Bypassing the hidden tiles.
Mm-hmm. Having a little trouble dealing with this tight platforming as well as all these enemies. Looks like Jack's heading down towards where Ridley is, so maybe taking this branch over here to see if there's anything. And Lucina manages to take down Ridley. Nice.
Jack finding a much needed energy tank.
Mm-hmm.
This world has been very rude with help.
Yeah, if there were any other E-tanks, our two racers here definitely didn't find them. Looks like Jack's heading over to take on Ridley once again. Right now, Jack has Force Bond defeated already, and so if he can manage to take out Ridley, that would be 2 bosses out of 4. And he manages to pull it off. You may notice some rooms here that are from other games, like we've seen just in a room that was reminiscent of a Super Metroid room. It's been kind of a collaborative effort to remake every room from Super Metroid in the planet's engine. So hopefully someday we'll be able to see a world that's just based around those rooms. Finding wave beam. Jack deciding to take a look here in Torian, despite the risk not having ice beam. And because of that, forced to
Neither runner has found bombs. Torian is a very dangerous move without bombs or ice beam.
Yeah. Jack taking a peek to see what the Mother Brain room is like. Getting a head start on these Epitites, so it seems like. They will stay destroyed, even if they die here. Coming up just a bit short though. Like Lucina's deciding to go and further explore things over here. Perhaps check out Wreck Ship. Or maybe not. Yeah, finally finishing exploring Torian. Got an E-tank out of that. That might help a little later in the run, but they did spend a lot of time running through there.
Finally finding his ice beam. Probably wishing he had gone this way before going into Torian.
Yeah, a bit of a risky move there in Torian. There can be major items in Torian. However, most of the time, if people design their rooms correctly, the requirements, the game will never ask you to go through a Metroid room without ice beam and bombs and means to deal with them. Lucina finding a very useful upgrade there, screw attack.
Most powerful item in the game. Except maybe long beam plus wave, which is incredibly broken.
Yeah.
Another Super Metroid room. Took me a second to notice. And Lucina finding a suit.
A Kraid right after that, which with the current equipment, Kraid shouldn't be too much of an issue.
After a fairly long amount of time without very many E-tanks, the game is just throwing E-tanks at our runners.
Mm-hmm. At this point, it looks like Lucina's in the lead. would appear they've defeated all 3 bosses and they're headed back to Torian. Neither runner has found bones yet, so going through Torian may prove to be somewhat dangerous. Jack and Messina passing each other through the same room. Looks like Lucina's heading back to Norfair, heading towards Torian, it looks like. So, not interested in what wreck ship might hold.
And Jack going, probably about to find his own screw attack. And just missing it by 1 room.
Yeah, hopefully they manage to find it on their way back. Lucina heading into Mother Brain's room here. Now, it is worth to note that the players are competing with in-game time, as you don't see any timers on their stream. And Jack is almost about a full 5 minutes behind Lucina. So depending on how fast they move through Tutorian, they might still have a chance.
And that's Mother Brain for Lucina.
Yeah.
Now it's up to seeing how awful the escape generated.
Yeah, if the escape requires bombs, our racers are going to be in trouble.
And room 1 is an experience.
Oh no, looks like we're going to get a death here.
Yep, Lucina turning off very astute, accepting their fate. Without bombs, that room is going to be devastating. Also, looks like Jack missed their screw attack, so that's gonna make Torian that much more difficult.
True. Granted, they managed to get to Mother Brain and take out a few of the Zebatites without even Ice Beam, so hopefully they fare alright.
That is true. Both of our runners are clearly very skilled at this game, have a lot of practice, and are willing to go into Torian without bombs or Ice Beam.
Lucina already back in the same room where they met their demise earlier. See how they approach it this time.
It looks like Lucina is opting to kill the Metroids instead of running through them.
Yeah.
Probably
definitely a more careful approach here. So this room is intended to be used with bombs, but looks like Lucina was able to use Ice Beam to circumvent that. Heading straight to Torian. Now oh, Lucina finished, so GG to Lucina. 41-21. Right now Jack's sitting at 36, so it's possible that Jack could still be pretty close to that finish time.
If Jack makes it through the next room, there's a decent chance.
Seems to be opting for a slightly safer strat on Mother Brain. Still taking a good amount of damage. Well, the escape timer only allows for 3 minutes, so unless Jack has a death here, looks like he'll be finishing before Lucina. Having a little bit of hard time in this room, not quite sure. Looks like they figured it out.
Definitely a tricky room without bombs.
That's GG.
Good job to both of our runners here.
Lucina's finishing time was 41:21. Jack's was 38:35. And so far, no word yet on our third run. Alright, looks like we're going to be able to chat with the runners real quick and see what they have to say about the race. So we'll have see who's first here. Like maybe Lucina. Pull them in here. Hello.
GG on that race.
Can you hear us?
Yeah, I can hear you. But for whatever reason, I have to do push to talk in here.
Oh, okay. Let me fix that. So yeah, good job on that race.
Thanks.
Alright, you should be able to talk.
Nope.
Nope, still can't. Alright.
And either way, I'm okay with doing push to talk. I just have to hold a key down.
Alright. So what do you think was what affected your run the most, decision that you made?
I think what affected me the most, aside from doing a bit too much exploring, was was that end escape. It was that first room got me because I didn't have enough missiles initially, and as a result, I lost a bit of time. Jack finished before me with in regards to in-game time, but I get the feeling that had I either had bombs or had more missiles to spare by then, I probably would have gotten very close to beating him, like a bit more than I already was.
Yeah, it seemed like you were ahead for a good portion of the race.
Yeah.